Every August, the Iowa State Fair features pork tenderloins, deep-fried Twinkies, a whole bunch of ambitious politicians with the White House in their sights. Forget that it's 3 years before the next election. It's never too early. Presidential hopefuls are out in force across the Hawkeye State this weekend. Karl is there for us this morning. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. We even ran into Donald Trump out here. He gave a speech warning Republicans that passing immigration reform would be a death wish for the Republican Party. He says that he might run. That has some people out here raising their eyebrows, others just rolling their eyes.
First of all, could you be taken seriously as a presidential candidate?
Well, I think that I've built a great company. I know that I've built a great company with a tremendous net worth and beaten a lot of people that are very smart, and that's really what the country needs.
What do you say to those who say that a possible Trump candidacy is a joke, that this is a publicity stunt, this is a way to get more attention for yourself?
Well, interestingly, I filed applications last time, and I actually filed my net worth because I'm a private person, so nobody knows, and people were really shocked at the number, and now the number's a lot bigger than it was. How strong the company is, how much cash, the whole thing. I mean, it's a beautiful company. It's a company like this country should look.
So what is the number? What are you worth now?
Probably over $10 billion.
And if you were to run for president, how much would you be willing to spend on your campaign?
Well, if I made a decision, I'd spend a lot.
But a modern presidential campaign can be, $500 million more.
It can be, or more. Yeah, no, I'd be willing to spend
that kind of money.
If I did it, I'd spend whatever it took.
I want to get your assessment on the field.
Okay.
You just give me kind of the first word that pops to mind.
All right.
Marco Rubio.
They're going to do it.
Immigration.
Rand Paul.
It's a violation.
Interesting.
Paul Ryan.
Well, I really like him a lot, but you really have to look at what he says about the Social Security and the Medicare, Medicaid. It's a tough road he's got to hoe, in my opinion, but I do like. So let's say Medicare.
Medicare. Chris Christie.
Well, wonderful person. He's a wonderful guy.
Ted Cruz.
Obamacare. He really is fighting on trying to stop this absolute disaster for the United States called Obamacare.
Donald Trump.
Smart.
You've said a lot of things over the years that people say just make you not serious. I mean, one of the big things is on the birth certificate. So what I'd like to do...
Why does that make me not serious? I mean, I think that resonated with a lot of people.
But you don't still question that he was born in the United States, do you?
I have no idea.
Even at this point?
Well, I don't know. Was it a birth certificate? You tell me. some people say that was not his birth certificate. I'm saying I don't know. Nobody knows. And you don't know either, Jonathan. You're a smart guy. You don't know either.
I'm pretty convinced he was born
pretty.
in the United States.
Pretty. No, you said
totally,
pretty. Jonathan,
without question, that he was born in the United States.
Jonathan, you said you're pretty convinced. Okay, so let's just see what happens over time. But it's not my issue, Jonathan.
Okay, let me ask you something else.
My issue right now is much different. Wait a minute. My issue is economic. Our country is being ripped apart by China and many other countries. That's my issue.
But on this issue, people think
you just said you're pretty sure, and if you're pretty sure, that's not acceptable because, you can't be pretty sure. You have to be 100%.
I'm sure. I'm 100% sure.
I don't think you are.
Well, let me ask you this. Ted Cruz, born in Canada.
Yeah.
Is he eligible to be president of the United States?
Well, if he was born in Canada, perhaps not. But I'm not sure where he was born. It's not.
Oh, he's definitely born in Canada.
Okay. Well, then you'll have to ask him that question, but perhaps not.
Ted Cruz's mother was an American citizen. He was an American.
Look, that'll be ironed out. I don't know the circumstances. I heard somebody told me he was born in Canada. That's really his thing.
You played golf with John Boehner.
I did.
The big question coming up now is, will House Republicans pass a funding bill for the government that includes funding for Obamacare? Should they?
Well, that is a big question. I do think this. The budget should be funded, but I don't think that Obamacare should be funded. And the Republicans are in many ways their own worst enemy. I happen to be a Republican. But if they get together and if they were unified, I think they could do some very serious damage to getting rid of Obamacare, which is a very positive thing for the country.
Now, you know Hillary Clinton.
I do.
How tough is she going to be to beat if she's the Democratic nominee?
I think she'll be very tough.
So what do they need to do to beat Hillary Clinton or whoever the Democratic nominee is?
They need to pick the right candidate. Now, Mitt Romney was, in theory, everything should have been good, but it didn't work. He didn't resonate. And by the way, wonderful guy, didn't resonate. They have to pick the right candidate.
The Iowa caucus are 2.5 years away, but already this place is crawling with possible presidential candidates. Just this weekend, we've seen Ted Cruz, of course, Donald Trump, Rick Santorum, and even Claire McCaskill was out here on behalf of Hillary Clinton. So, George, if you're here in Iowa, looks like the 2016 presidential campaign is already well underway.
Already begun. Okay, John, Karl.